If you've got the truth, you can demonstrate it. Talking doesn't prove it. I had to learn to live without you, and I couldn't make sense of it, because I left so much of me inside of you. It used to be about trying to do something. Now it's about trying to be someone. If you can't feel gratitude when you are in need, the feeling of the need would never leave you even if it is fulfilled. There is something incredibly nostalgic and significant about the annual cascade of autumn leaves. I distrust every idea that doesn't seem obsolete and grotesque to my contemporaries. You may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try. A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and gets to bed at night, and in between he does what he wants to do. When you don't create things, you become defined by your taste rather than ability. Your tastes only narrow and exclude people. So create. The only way to survive eternity is to be able to appreciate each moment. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. If you care about someone enough, you'll always be there for them no matter what. The success of my rule does not rely on my ability to recite obscure Latin verse. You're never given a dream without also being given the power to make it true. At first, they'll only dislike what you say, but the more correct you start sounding, the more they'll dislike you. It's such a shame to waste time. We always think we have so much of it. You are always a young magician with your own methods of creating your own world. Never hold resentments for the person who tells you what you need to hear. Count them among your truest, most caring, and valuable friends. We have no right to express an opinion until we know all of the answers. Argue for your limitations and, sure enough, they're yours. But as long as something is never even started, you never have to worry about it ending. It has endless potential. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Focus on your character, not your reputation. Focus on your blessings, not your misfortunes. Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. Face your life, its pain, its pleasure. Leave no path untaken. Dreaming is the poetry of life, and we must be forgiven if we indulge in it a little. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. There is a fire against us, and in the end, the fire could burn us or ignite us into an unstoppable force. Whoever cannot seek the unforeseen sees nothing, for the known way is an impasse. Your ultimate competition is you, and within, compete against yourself, and you will always win. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. Happiness is permanent. What is temporary is sadness. Friendship happens when the distance between the hearts tends to zero. We can't become what we need to be by remaining what we are. Somebody once said, if it's something a single book can explain, it's not worth having explained. True friends are always together in spirit. Lucy Maud Montgomery. Like a running blaze on a plain, like a flash of lightning in the clouds, we live in the flicker. You do not write your life with words. You write it with actions. What you think is not important. It is only important what you do. I don't think you should wait. I think you should speak now. Books have a way of finding their way into our lives, usually right when we need them the most. I wish to tell the truth, for truth always conveys its own moral to those who are able to receive it. My life will be the best illustration of all my work. Who we are in the present includes who we were in the past. Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. To pay attention, This is our endless and proper work. I like people who refuse to speak until they are ready to speak. Sometimes it's not enough to know what things mean. Sometimes you have to know what things don't mean. Go on with what your heart tells you, or you will lose all. Life doesn't imitate art, it imitates bad television. To be haunted is to glimpse a truth that might best be hidden. It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. I am not pretty. I am not beautiful. I am as radiant as the sun. Instead of complaining about the problem and blaming others, start finding the solution. The only person that has power to put boundaries on your dreams is you. Once in a while, it really hits people that they don't have to experience the world in the way they have been told to. If you have not done things worthy of being written about, at least write things worthy of being read. One little ray of sunlight can do wonders in our life. Paradoxically, though it may seem, it is nonetheless true that life imitates art far more than art imitates life. We are the sum total of the decisions we have made. When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. To me, there is nothing complicated about ordinary equality. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. You are immensely gifted, my friend. You can find it within you like I found something within me a few years ago. You can't have living without dying. So you can't call it living what we got. We just are, we just be, like rocks beside the road. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Trees are poems the earth writes upon the sky. We fell them down and turn them into paper, that we may record our emptiness. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. The worst part of success is trying to find someone who is happy for you. What is considered impossible is someone else's opinion. What is possible is my decision. There is a tragic clash between truth and the world. Pure undistorted truth burns up the world. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. I'd rather learn from one bird how to sing than teach 10,000 stars how not to dance. Comedy aims at representing men as worse. Tragedy is better than an actual life. When there are many worlds, you can choose the one you walk into each day. The fundament upon which all our knowledge and learning rests is the inexplicable. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. It's easier to fake it. When you fake it for 16 years, it becomes part of you, something you don't think about. When you stop complaining about others for not helping you and focus on your efforts, there's no stopping you. You can't always win in life, but you can always have a mind that every loss is not a defeat. I'm glad I see with my eyes and not the pages I've read. You can't always judge people by the things they've done. You got to judge them by what they are doing now. Using your talent, hobby, or profession in a way that makes you contribute with something good to this world is truly the way to go. The secret of life is honesty and fair dealing. If you can fake that, you've got it made. I think the discomfort that some people feel in going to the monkey cages at the zoo is a warning sign. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Definitions are the guardians of rationality, the first line of defense against the chaos of mental disintegration. I think there is a song out there to describe just about any situation. I cried because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet. Don't give up at halftime. Concentrate on winning the second half. Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. It's amazing how quickly nature consumes human places after we turn our backs on them. Life is a hungry thing. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Heaven wheels above you, displaying to you her eternal glories, and still your eyes are on the ground. A person is wise if he listens to millions of advice and doesn't implement any of it.